Hi guys, what's up? It's Kaylani here. Today, we're finally gonna settle the debate whether who makes more money, day traders or swing traders. Over the last few months, I compared two $100,000 portfolios. One account made more than 250 trades over the course of a year, and the other less than 15. One trader spent every single day looking at the charts. The other only placed trades from April to July. And somehow, the person who worked less made almost 4 times as much money. Here's the crazy part. I intentionally stacked the odds in favor of the day trader. I didn't compare my portfolio to the average day trader sitting at home gambling on 0-day options, because the truth is most day traders lose money. Instead, I modeled the portfolio after profitable day traders and then compared it to the swing trades I publicly discuss on my channel. At the end of the experiment, one account returned 18% and the other more than 70%. What surprised me wasn't just the difference in performance, it was the difference in time, stress, and taxes. So what if all that extra work is actually hurting your returns? So the question isn't which strategy makes more money. The question is all that extra work actually worth it? Let's start with the day trader. The account began with $100,000 and grew to $118,000. That's about an 18% return. Now, let's be clear, an 18% return is phenomenal, and most investors would happily take that every single year. But let's think about what it took to get there. Hours of studying charts, constant entries and exits, checking the market every single hour, making trade after trade after trade. And every trade creates another opportunity to make a mistake. What's interesting is that I intentionally stacked the odds in favor of the day trader. I didn't compare my portfolio to the average day trader sitting at home gambling on 0-day options. I compared it to day traders who are actually profitable. Research shows that most day traders lose money over the long run. And even among the small percentage of those who succeed, is the workload even worth it? Now, let's look at my swing trading portfolio. Like the first account, it also started with $100,000. But instead of jumping in and out of positions every single day, I bought a small handful of companies I had high conviction in. I wasn't trying to predict tomorrow's market move. I wasn't staring at the 5-minute chart. I didn't spend hours staring at my computer. I simply identified great businesses and gave them time to play out. These were positions I publicly discussed on this channel throughout the past couple of months. April to July to be exact. By the end of the experiment, my account had grown to $170,000. More than a 70% return. Here's the part that surprised me most. The day trader needed an entire year to generate 18%. Meanwhile, these stock picks were made from April to July. Only about 3 months. And remember, I intentionally gave day trading the benefit of the doubt. I didn't compare my returns to the average trader because 95% of them are unprofitable. Now, obviously, 3 months of returns don't guarantee another 3 months just like it. Markets don't move in straight lines and no strategy works forever. But it does raise an interesting question. If a few high conviction trades can outperform an entire year of active day trading, how much value is all that extra activity actually creating? The day trading portfolio has 255 trades. That's roughly 1 trade a day, which is honestly conservative. There's a lot of day traders out there placing between 3 and 5 trades in a single day. Also, there's hundreds of entries and exits, thousands of decisions to be made, countless hours watching charts, for a full year of trading to only generate 18%. My portfolio has fewer than 15 trades, fewer decisions, less time on my computer, roughly 3 months of activity, and over 70% return. Think about that for a second. One trader could spend an entire year placing more than 250 trades, staring at charts every morning, reacting to every single headline, and paying short-term capital gains tax along the way. Meanwhile, I made a handful of decisions and let time do most of the work. The day trader still faces another challenge: taxes. When you buy and sell stocks within a year, that counts as short-term capital gain. That means you're taxed like ordinary income. But if you hold an investment for longer than a year, it counts as long-term capital gains, and you get a lower tax rate. Think about that. The day trader isn't just making more decisions. they're actually giving up a larger percentage of their gains. Your investment isn't just what you make, it's what you actually get to keep. Now, obviously, this video doesn't prove that every swing trader beats every day trader. There are incredible day traders and terrible swing traders. And just because a stock performed well for 3 months doesn't guarantee it'll continue to outperform in the future. But that's not the point of this video. The point is social media has convinced people that making money has to be complicated, that you have to sit in front of your monitor every single day, that you have to place hundreds of trades. But time and time again, I've learned the exact opposite. The less I tend to trade, the better my results become. Not because I'm smarter, but because I stopped confusing activity with progress. Sometimes the highest returns don't come from making more decisions. Sometimes they come from making few decisions and having patience to let them work out. Wall Street gets paid when you trade. Social media gets paid when you stay addicted. But the market doesn't care how busy you are. It rewards patience. Markets go up, markets go down, doesn't matter. There's always an edge somewhere, and trust me, it's not in day trading. If you like content like this and don't want to miss out on my next trade idea, hit the subscribe button and like this video. Bye!